Now then, how we doing? Well, at last, I'm in the 2017 Ford Ranger, and I've done a few miles in it so far. So what do I think? I have to say, very impressed. I am very impressed. Okay, so compared to the others we've looked at so far, the ride isn't as comfortable as the Nissan, but then nothing's going to be. That was exceptional. That ride is harder than the, I say harder, it's firmer. It's firmer, I'd say, than the Isuzu. But that's what you always expect with a Ranger, to be fair. I had a 2004 model, and that was very firm, we'll say. Not a hard ride, it doesn't jar you, but it's a firm ride, positive ride. But the advantage of that is you can really load a Ranger up. You can load those bags up and they don't move. They don't sit down or sag. So that's no bad thing. And as I said, the ride is perfectly adequate. Very nice indeed. Yeah, so we'll have a look at all the other bits in due course. Right, the important thing with me always elbow room. It's got a nice wide sill on top of this door capping, so yeah, I think on a long run you'd be all right. You'd sit in there comfortably. Yeah, it's quite nice actually. One of the best ones for that. The seats themselves. Now I'm in the Wildtrak, which is the top of the range in the Ford Ranger series. All the extras and so on and so forth. This is the 3.2 litre engine, which is a 5-cylinder. It is 6-speed automatic, which I have to say is surprisingly smooth. Obviously, the Discovery's got an 8-speed, which is almost seamless. But yeah, this is good. Some people have sort of said, oh, they sort of, they go through the gears very quickly. They're sort of short geared, which isn't a bad thing if you're towing. I don't find that. I think they're very well spaced. The gearing on this, that's very good. The display on this, they've got a big sat nav and your telephone, and you've even got all your heat controls. They're down here like they normally would be, but they're also replicated up here on the screen, touch screen. Well, that's good. Like I say, it's a pleasant enough vehicle to be out and about in, and well laid out, and it's comfortable. It really is. I'm currently doing 45 miles per hour. Put your foot down, it gets up and goes. The noise obviously increases as the revs go up, not dramatically. When it's cold, obviously it's a bit more agricultural sounding. Once she's warm, it's you're putting your foot down, but a bit of resonance maybe, sort of note changes, but that soon goes and you're up and away. So it's not a bad engine. It's not a bad engine. As I said, it's a 5-cylinder. Kick down and off it goes. There's that resonance there, just at the top end. But as I say, that soon disappears. But when you're going along normally, absolutely fine. As I said, you can hear the wind noise, but you know, from the engine, very little. The finish of it, build quality wise, looks very, very good. Yeah, I mean, over the years, Ford have really upped their game. We all know what the old Fords used to be like, you know, cars and everything. But no, they really have upped their game. As I say, the finish is very good. And it's, you know, it seems solid. As far as the actual drive and handling goes, this has to be one of the best pickups that I've driven. Simply because it feels connected. So when I obviously, you know, I'm turning the wheel, you can actually, it feels in touch with the road. A lot of these pickups seem quite remote. You know, you're turning the wheel and that seems to, you get an impression that it's, you know, obviously moving other things that then move other bits, and then, you know how steering works. Of course they're moving up, but you know what I mean? It just feels that other things are happening. It's a bit remote, and you know that what's happening up here isn't really happening down there. You know, it's a bit delayed. Now this, you know, and that's the one thing I love about Land Rover is that they are very, very positive. You know, you feel connected, and this Ford, remarkably, this Ford feels the same. You know, and that's, to me, that's, you know, I like that. I like that. Okay, so what's the Ranger like from inside? As I said, the display is very clear, uncluttered, and pretty straightforward. The central touchscreen, very good. There's your phone, there's your radio, there's all your heater controls, including heated seats, so you can control everything from up here, right in front of you. There's your sat nav. Okay. So, also the heater controls can be done normally down here. There's you got your radio volume and tune. So your radio also is replicated down here on the standard control, aircon and everything. Right, 6-speed automatic this one, and you obviously have the option to drive it like a semi-auto. Selectable 4-wheel drive, 2 high, 4 low. I've already used that actually on some wet grass earlier on, and it's just really flick it in, off it goes, flick it out, off it goes. Very, very good. Down there you can see various USB ports and such like. It's quite good. Cup holders, got a cubby box, you've got a deep part in there, part on top for any loose change, etc., documents and parcels. Standard handbrake, and all the controls you've got on your steering wheel, for your phone, for your radio, and for your cruise control and stuff like that, and then for the information up there, you can hold that on there. And then your 3.2 litre 5-cylinder engine. I think most things are accessible on this actually. Got your air filter, and there you got your turbo, alternator, you can get to that easy enough, batteries. It's not a bad looking truck at all. I like it. Well thought out, well put together, and it drives very well. So there we are. Like I said, it's not perfect, but what is? I could even quibble with little things on the Discovery, but for a pickup truck, crew cab pickup, yeah, I think this sets the standard. So we'll see what the others do, see how they perform. Be interested now, because all of a sudden there is a clear leader just pulled ahead by a fairly long way. Anyway, thank you all for watching. Look out yourselves. Right, there you go.